Did you know that Black Americans are at least twice as likely as whites to have Alzheimer's disease and other dementias? We often ignore the signs rather than seeking diagnosis and help. Like everyone, Black Americans with dementia have a right to healthcare, services, and community involvement. Charles Ogletree, a law professor and renowned civil rights leader, has recently announced that he has Alzheimer's. He encourages others living with dementia to seek out what's rightfully theirs and to begin by talking about it.
You're a tremendous advocate for people who are newly diagnosed,
Right.
and an advocate for African Americans with Alzheimer's and younger people with Alzheimer's. Do you think it's important for people with Alzheimer's to know that they can still live their life the way they want to, even though they have been diagnosed?
And the answer is absolutely yes. I think it's very important to talk about it. And so I said, well, I'll just talk about Alzheimer's everywhere I go. And so this has been very helpful. And it's amazing that people, women and men, Black and white, have told me after I speak, say, man, I don't know how you had the nerve to say that, but I too suffer from Alzheimer's. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you do, this is something that you have to treat and you have to take care of. And it's a long issue. And there are a lot of people who on your left and right, before you or behind you, they suffer from the same things. They won't admit it. They won't even talk about it. And even if you talk about it, but talk about it because it's going to be very important.
That's wonderful. You know, you're really helping people, I think, to be much more open about this, and that's one of the things we're trying to do with this initiative called Dementia Friendly
Right.
America.
Right.
And in Massachusetts, we call it Dementia Friendly Massachusetts. And it's really to get cities and towns and everybody thinking together about how we support families who have someone who's living with dementia. And
Right.
you give such a good example of, you know, living your life, doing the things you care about. Would you characterize yourself as hopeful and optimistic about, you know, the next stages?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Professor Ogletree, thank you so much for spending time with us today. It was
Great.
great.
My pleasure.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Great.
Live the best life you can. Let's start by talking about it.